Greetings everybody, this is Barry from Nature's Health Coach. Today's topic is going to be gut bacteria, probiotics, and the benefits of having a good gut microbiome. But our microbiome, just to let you know too, is not just what's in our gut for bacteria, it's also what's on our skin. And we need to have good bacteria on our skin too to keep it healthy. And sanitizing ourselves all the time doesn't help that, okay? But having a good, healthy microbiome is vital to our health, our brain health, our gut health, just our overall body, because the bacteria do so much that even scientists today still don't understand it all, because there's just so many different bacteria that belong in our gut, that are in our gut. Although, from my knowledge, my understanding is we don't have even what we used to have because of all the environmental toxins and pesticides and chlorine in the water and antibiotics. And for different reasons, we don't have what we used to have in our gut. But everybody's gut has, probably depending on the size of the person, 3 to 5 pounds worth of bacteria. Yeah, that much. And they perform different functions, from helping to digest food and absorb nutrients, to affecting the inflammatory response, conversion of T4 to T3 for thyroid. Also, it's vitally important for the production of endocrine hormones, for neurotransmitters. Yeah, you got to have good gut bacteria for neurotransmitters, because there's a direct relation between our gut and our brain, okay, and our brain health and how we think and feel quite often. Communication takes place mostly from the gut to the brain. Think about that. A small percentage of the communication starts from here down, okay, through the vagus nerve. It's mostly going up from the gut. They call it our second brain, although some call it the first brain. That's why it's important to have good gut bacteria and take good care of yourself and be careful about what you're eating, like eating organic foods, not foods that are sprayed with nasty chemicals. Stay away from antibiotics as much as possible, chlorinated water, things like that, that all spoil the gut bacteria, the good gut bacteria. And sugar, alcohol, things like that also have an effect on our gut bacteria. So yes, it's important what we eat. Eat mostly whole foods, organic foods. Stay away from or minimize the amount of alcohol and processed sugar and processed anything, any foods. Actually, the real definition of a food is something that's unprocessed. So eating lettuce, eating an apple is food. Eating cake is not food, and it's actually not good for our gut, okay? Especially all the sugar that's in it. And who knows the GMOs that could be in it, because GMOs aren't good for our gut either, okay? I'm sure there are people out there that will disagree because it affects their profits, but the reality is genetically modified foods are not good for our gut, and glyphosate either isn't good for our gut. So yes, there's so much communication going on between our gut and our brain that the difference in having mostly good gut bacteria to mostly bad bacteria in the gut can be very pronounced, and it can affect a person's thinking, how they feel physically and emotionally. And I think, and also just listening to doctors talk, when a person is having these issues, these emotional issues, I mean, sometimes it's just, we just need to rework what we're thinking about, because we're too hyper-focused on something that we can't control or nothing we can do about, or whatever it is, and we drive ourselves crazy because we're human. But there's a lot to be said for what we put in our bodies for food to nourish ourselves, and how it affects our thinking, how it affects our brain function, okay? And if you want good brain function, you got to take good care of yourself, because as time progresses and you keep eating an unhealthy diet, it can catch up to you. Everybody's different. We all respond differently. But the reality is what we put in our body definitely affects us, okay? So if you've got good gut bacteria and you're producing good neurotransmitters, that's a good thing. But if you're not, that's going to affect the neurotransmitters. That's going to affect your hormones too and how you feel. And doing it right most of the time is vitally important, for our overall health, for our immune system, for our digestion, for our thoughts, our emotions. If we have too much inflammation going on in our gut because of what we eat, that can affect your brain function. How you feel overall can affect your mood. A lot of people don't think about these things. A lot of doctors don't think about these things. They just want to go and give you a prescription and get you out the door in 10 minutes. That's why I always prefer going to a holistic physician that takes the time, listens to what I have to say, does some testing on me, and tries to figure out what's really going on, what's the underlying cause to the problem. Just like me working in a health food store, I try to get to the bottom of something, not just say, here, take the supplement and go. It might help the mood, but it's not helping the underlying cause. So you want to really make the change, you really want to get rid of this problem, you have to unwind the situation. You have to help support the healing and creating balance or homeostasis in your body. So it's important as to what we put in our body. It's important to what we think about too. What we do think about makes a difference too. And what we think about can also affect our gut bacteria. And if you're always worrying about stuff and living in fear like a lot of people are right now in 2021, because they're all worried about this virus, instead of choosing love, they're choosing fear. It's affecting how they feel. Of course, there's the other side of the coin. They're co-creating, with the universe what they don't want. So let's pay attention to our thoughts too, because what we think can affect how we feel. And how we feel here can then go there and disrupt our gut, our digestion. The bacteria unto itself, it stresses our digestion and makes it harder to break down the foods and absorb them and pass them through our system. So being in a good space while you eat is a good thing, okay? So anyway, that's my thought for today. And taking probiotics is a good thing. Eating foods that help support the good bacteria, foods that have the right fibers in them, or taking a prebiotic fiber like inulin or acacia is good also. Here is a good probiotic. Livia Global produces Livia 1. I'm also the rep for them. It's not why I'm talking about probiotics, but let's see. I don't know. This might be coming up backwards too. I don't know, but anyway, they do topical spray, nasal spray, and droppers, and it's all the same ingredients, just a different delivery mechanism. But live soil bacteria created off of organic grasses, something different, and it works really well too for sinus, skin issues, overall skin health, and gut. I also, use other brands too, like Art of Life or Mega Food, and because I know the importance of it. I know the importance of taking a good probiotic to help keep the body healthy and working properly, and the gut. It's vitally important to have good bacteria in your gut and eat the right foods and support a healthy mucus lining in the gut and keeping inflammation down in the gut. Okay, so a little add-on to my saying goodbye for the moment. But yeah, taking good probiotics, people, is important. Okay, so please do that. Please take a good quality probiotic and don't just buy them from any store, because a lot of stores, especially your grocery stores or your pharmacies, don't always have quality product, and sometimes There's even ingredients in there that might be harmful, like FD&Cs, which are basically made from coal tar and have their own health issues. So yeah, it's best to go to a quality store like a health food store to buy your supplements because you'll get a better quality product typically. I'm not saying that they're all ideal in a health food store because they're not. You just have to learn. You have to talk with the people that work there and find out what's the best quality, whether it's a multi-vitamin mineral and using whole food nutrients, not synthetic vitamins and rock minerals, what are called USPs. Use something that's in a food state. Okay, using high quality fish oil, which I always recommend too, and a really high quality probiotic. So please consider that in your daily regimen to take good care of yourself, because probiotics are not just for digestion; they're for your immune system too. 70% of your, approximately 70% of your immune system comes from your gut, and it's the bacteria in your gut. So remember that, okay? Especially these days. Take good care of yourselves, okay? Please. Thank you.